Imagine you've spent your entire life in a room. You're chained to a chair, facing a wall. You can't turn your head. Behind you a fire burns, and between that fire and your back, people carry statues, tools, shapes. Their shadows get cast onto the wall in front of you. Their echoes are all you can hear. Those shadows aren't just shapes to you, they are reality, the only reality you've ever known. 2,400 years ago, Plato used this story to describe something he thought was fundamental about human nature. He called it the allegory of the cave. His argument was simple and brutal. We are prisoners of our own senses, and most of us don't even know it. But here is the thing, the cave didn't disappear. It just got an upgrade. The stone walls replaced by Gorilla Glass. The fire, now it's an LED backlight. And the puppeteers casting those shadows, they aren't just carrying statues anymore. They've built an algorithm, one that knows exactly which shadows will keep you from ever wanting to turn around. In Plato's original story, the prisoners are held by physical chains. In the 21st century, the chains are invisible. They're made of dopamine hits, likes, and infinite scroll. Think about the last big thing that consumed your attention online. A political scandal, a viral meme, a tragedy. And ask yourself honestly, did you actually see the event, or did you see the shadow of that event? Because what you probably saw was a 15-second clip filtered through a creator's particular bias, boosted by an algorithm that had already calculated that it would make you feel something. Anger, sympathy, outrage, validation of the event itself. That's somewhere behind you. You were looking at the wall. We've reached a point where in the digital representation of the world feels more to us than the world itself. We don't go to concerts to hear the music anymore. We go to record the shadow of the music, to prove to the wall that we were there. The French philosopher Jean Baudrillard had a word for this. He called it hyperreality. It's the state where the map becomes so detailed, so seductive that we completely forget about the territory it was supposed to represent. We're living inside a simulation, but it's not one built by aliens or supercomputers. It's one we've opted into, one pixel at a time. So why don't we just turn around? Why is the cave so hard to leave? Well, Plato's prisoners didn't know they were in a cave. They were comfortable. The shadows were familiar, and our cave is even more sophisticated than anything Plato imagined, because ours is personalised. Every time you interact with a shadow, every like, every hate watch, every 3-second pause on a post, the puppeteers adjust the fire. They change the shapes that fine-tune the wall in front of you until it shows you a version of reality that confirms your fears, validates your existing beliefs, and keeps your pulse just high enough to stay. In the original cave, the shadows were random. In the digital cave, the shadows are you. Your feed is a mirror of your own subconscious reflected back at you, designed to keep you exactly where you are. You aren't just a prisoner, you're in a very real sense the architect of your own cell. Plato wrote that if a prisoner were dragged out of the cave and forced to look at the sun, it would be painful, their eyes would ache. They'd desperately want to go back to the shadows, because the shadows are easy. The shadows made sense. This is exactly why digital detoxes so often fail. When we put the phone down, reality feels boring, it's slow, it's unedited, it's low resolution compared to the hyper-vibrant, algorithmically curated world on our screens. To leave the digital cave is to accept the boredom, to accept the truth is messy, that people are complicated and most of life doesn't happen in 15-second intervals. But Plato's argument was that once your eyes adjust, once you sit with the discomfort long enough, you start to see things you couldn't see before. You see the sun, the actual source of things, and you realise slowly that the shadows were always just a lie. A beautiful, addictive, carefully engineered lie. Boring truth, Plato thought, is infinitely more valuable than a beautiful deception. Here's the strange thing about this moment right now. You're watching this on a screen. I'm a voice coming to you through a digital device. We are in this very moment inside the cave together. And I'm not going to tell you to smash your phone or delete your apps. We live in a digital age. The glass and the silicon are here to stay. That's not the point. The point is simpler than that. The goal is to remember that you can turn your head. The next time you feel a surge of anger at a headline or a pang of envy scrolling through someone else's highlighted reel, or that mindless pull to scroll for just one more minute, pause and ask yourself one question. Is this the world, or is this just a shadow? Strike a balance. Go to the concert and actually listen. Spend time in the natural world. Look after your health. Talk to people, like really talk to them. Turn around. The sun is still there. It always has been. If this landed with you, stick around, because next time I'm going to go even deeper. Episode 2 asks a question that I think is going to genuinely unsettle you. Why does everything on Instagram feel real, even when you know it isn't? We're going to look at what philosophers already knew about this decades before social media existed, and why that answer matters now more than ever so before. Subscribe so you don't miss it. The series is called The Digital Cave, and we're only just getting started.